Okay, let's start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa amma ba'd. Al-qatlu bighayri haqqin wa ma yatarattabu alayhi wa ar-ruju' ila Allah ta'ala. Meaning killing someone without any justification, or killing someone for no religious reason. Even if there is any, it is not for individual to take matters in his hand. It is the people authority who will establish the punishment. Let's say even if there is a legitimate cause for someone's life to be taken, it is not for individuals to apply the punishment, it is the people of authority. Al-qatlu bighayri haqqin wa ma yatarattabu alayhi wa ar-ruju' ila Allah ta'ala. And then he's talking about ruju' ila Allah ta'ala, meaning tawbah and turning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, repenting. So these are the three issues. Qatl bighayri haqq, I think only two. Qatl bighayri haqq, meaning killing someone illegally and then turning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and repenting to Him. So let's take, he's saying, إِيَّاكَ قَتْلَ الْأَمْدِ ظُلْمًا لِمُؤْمِنٍ فَذَلِكَ بَعْدَ الشِّرْكِ كُبْرَ التَّفَسُّدِ. Okay, إِيَّاكَ قَتْلَ الْأَمْدِ. Be aware of intentional killing someone intentionally, ظُلْمًا, and illegally. So there are two conditions he mentioned. He said killing someone knowingly, intentionally. Okay, for example, sometimes there can be accident. You were hunting someone and all of a sudden, meaning you were targeting an animal and someone came across and accidentally. So that is a unintentional killing. Here he's saying, إِيَّاكَ قَتْلَ الْأَمْدِ. Be aware of intentional killing someone, ظُلْمًا, illegally, and that killing is for believer, meaning the one who has been killed is believer. Okay, killing a believer, non-believer, both are haram obviously, because some of the ayat are general. من أجل ذلك كتبنا على بني إسرائيل أنه من قتل نفسا بغير نفس كأنما قتل الناس جميعا. If someone has killed one soul for no, what we say, religious purpose or illegally, as if he has destroyed the whole humanity. So the ayah doesn't speak about a believing person or non-believing person, anyone who has been killed illegally. But he's saying the sin is even more serious if someone is killing a believer. So killing a believer illegally and intentionally is one of the major sins. فَذَلِكَ بَعْدَ الشِّرْكِ كُبْرَ التَّفَسُّدِ. So the author is saying after the shirk, that is the major sin. After the shirk, that is the major sin, because shirk won't be forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After shirk, it is qatl nafs, killing someone intentionally and illegally, and especially if the person is a believer. Okay, let me mention few ayat here. There is an ayat in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned or has issued warning against those people who kill a believer illegally. So there is a verse in Surah Nisa in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ يَقْتُلْ مُؤْمِنًا مُتَعَمِّدًا. Whoever kills a believer intentionally and obviously illegally, فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمْ. His recompensation is hellfire. Number one. خَالِدًا فِيهَا. He is going to abide there. Okay, let's say forever, or let's say for longer time. وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry upon him. وَلَعَنَهُ. And He has deprived him from His mercy, cursed him. وَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. And a great punishment has been prepared for him. So how many things have been mentioned? 5. فَجَزَاؤُهُ جَهَنَّمْ خَالِدًا فِيهَا وَغَضِبَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَلَعَنَهُ وَعَدَّ لَهُ عَذَابًا عَظِيمًا. So scholar says, فَفِي الْآيَةِ أَنْوَاءٌ مِنَ الْوَيْدِ. 5 different threats have been issued, or warning have been issued in this ayah. So this is something really serious. A Muslim's blood is sacred. His life is sacred, his wealth is sacred, and his honor is sacred. And the meaning, yes, and no one has right to violate the sacredness of a believer's blood, wealth, and dignity, honor. And the famous hadith is there in which Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَأَمْوَالَكُمْ وَأَعْرَاضَكُمْ حَرَامٌ عَلَيْكُمْ كحرمة يومكم هذا في بلدكم هذا في شهركم هذا. Mean doing the what we say the final Hajj the Prophet ﷺ performed, he asked people, he said, which day is this, which area is this, and they knew, but out of adab they said Allah and the Messenger knows the best. He said, isn't the Yawmul Nahar, and isn't the what we said, isn't the Makkah, the Baladul Haram? They said yes. Then Prophet ﷺ said, indeed your wealth and your life and your honor is sacred as the sacredness of this day in this land and in this month. Meaning all those three sacred, what we say, reason for sanctity were together on that day. The area, the time and the place. Okay, there's a hadith that says that if لو أن أهل السماء والأرض, meaning the inhabitants of the heavens and the inhabitants of the earth jointly participate in killing of one Muslim, Allah kabbahum fi nar, Allah subhanahu will chuck all of them into the hellfire as a punishment. Meaning all human beings and all other inhabitants of the heavens and the earth are participating in killing one person. La akabbahum fi nar, Allah will chuck them into the fire. And some other hadith said that Prophet ﷺ said for the house of Allah, Baytullah, that you are very sacred in the sight of Allah, but the blood of human being, or especially a believer, is more sacred in the sight of Allah than the sanctity of Kaaba, the house of Allah. Okay, and you see many Muslims are being killed at the hand of other Muslims here and there. It's true. Sudan, Libya, Iraq, many. Syria. Obviously they are being killed at the hand of enemies and disbelievers, but many are being killed at the hand of the believers. And the hadith says that there will come a time when the spilling of the blood will increase. The one who is killing does not know why he is killing for, and then the one who is being killed, he does not know what wrong he has done or why he is being killed. Okay, so بعد الشرك كبرى التفسد, after the shirk, this is the major sin. كفى زاجرا عنه توعد قادر بنار ولان ثم تخليد مؤتدي. He's saying كفى زاجرا عنه, meaning كفى زاجرا عنه توعد قادر. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has issued number of warnings. They are good enough to act as a deterrent or prevent a person from involving in this act. And I mentioned the ayah, Benarin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has threatened that he will, meaning hellfire will be his abode. Walanin, and Allah's curse is upon him. Allah's ghazab is upon him. Wa Khalid, and he's going to stay there for good. Okay, regarding the ayah that say Khalidan fiha, scholars have differed. Okay, everyone has agreed that Khalidan doesn't mean forever. All scholars agree that if a person who has killed another Muslim is upon Tawheed and upon Iman and hasn't committed kufr or shirk, hasn't died, despite this sin, all scholars agree that no one who has died upon kufr and shirk will remain in hellfire for good. Okay, so what it means Khalidan fiha?
Longer period of time.
Yes, Khalidan fiha means he will be there for a longer period. We don't know how much. But eventually, anyone who has passed away upon Iman and Tawheed will be taken out. Okay, except for Abdullah ibn Abbas. He is a little bit harsh here. See the next verse, next line saying, وَقَدْ قَالَ عَبْدُ اللَّهِ أَتْقَى مُؤَوَّلٍ. Meaning Abdullah ibn Abbas, the famous Mufassir of the Quran. Mu'awwil means Mufassir. What did he say? He said, Benafiya Mutabir. He said, Tawbah is not going to be accepted by the Qatil. Anyone who is killing another Muslim intentionally, illegally, and knowingly, there is no Tawbah for him. That's what he says. Okay, however, the opinion is weak one. The opinion is weak one. Tawbah is there for everyone. And see the famous hadith, authentic hadith of Sayyan, that Prophet ﷺ mentioned someone from the previous nation, Bani Israel. And he said there was a man who killed 99 people illegally. And it looked like 99 Muslims. Okay, anyway, he got older and he started panicking and wanted to repent. So he asked, who should I go to seek fatwa? They said, okay, there's a worshipper, go and ask him. And he was a worshipper, yes, but without knowledge. So worship without knowledge is not what we say, is no of great benefit or so. Anyway, he went there and he asked him, he said, is there tawbah for me? He said, you killed 99? He said, yes. He said, subhanallah, this is punishment of killing one person is such and such, and you have killed 99, there's no tawbah for him. So he got angry and he killed him as well and completed his century. Astaghfirullah. Because he didn't like the answer. He was looking for a way out. And that man, despite being worshipper, but no knowledge or less knowledge, he didn't provide the way out. And then he asked again other people, is there anyone else who can guide me? They said, okay, go to the alim, the scholar. So this time he was guided to a scholar. So he asked him, what is your story? And he told him, he said, okay, man yahulu baynaka wa bayna tawbah. See the knowledge. Who can come between you and tawbah? If the intention is there, yes, the door is open. But he advised, he said, look, this is the area where you have committed all the sin. Go certain area where righteous people are living, or the area is known for righteous people. Go there and live with them and start doing their actions. Okay, a beautiful ruling can be derived. Is that a place where you have history, or where you have done wrong things? Okay, even though you try to change yourself or repent, sometime you are reminded when you go in the area, when you see those people, when you see those gatherings and so on and so forth, you are reminded. So obviously the best way of tawbah is to leave the area and start living in a new place. Anyway, what happened with the person? So he traveled. So he was in his journey to the area that he was guided. And while he was in his journey, his last moment came and he died, or he was about to die. Then the angels of Rahmah and the angels of punishment both came. Okay? Angels of Rahmah saying, we deserve to take his soul, and the other people are saying, we deserve, he has killed 100. So what happened at the end? At the end, how it was being decided? Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent another angel as a judge. Okay? He said, okay, I will judge between you. Then he said, measure the distance from where he left and the distance where he was heading. So he was one hand span closer, one hand span only. And then Allah said, okay, he's closer to the destination where he was going. So the angels of Rahmah will take his soul and he will be forgiven. Okay? Yes, it is the... So Abdullah ibn Abbas, he says there is no tawbah. And let me mention something beautiful Allama ibn al-Qayyim said. Allama ibn al-Qayyim, he said, when a person kills a believer, I mean intentionally and illegally, he has violated the rights of, meaning he has violated the rights of Allah and the right of the one who has murdered and the right of his relatives. Isn't that? For example, when a person is killed, okay, if he has got wife, if he has got dependent, they also get affected. They also, or their rights will get affected. So he says, if a person is killing, Allah's haqq has been violated, and the right of the murdered, he had the right to live. You have taken, meaning you were the reason for his life coming to an end. and the right of his close relatives. So if the person makes tawbah, then Allah's right, which he has violated, Allah may forgive him. Okay, and if he pays qisas or how do you say, diya, blood money, then the right of affected has been made up. But what about the right of the one who has been killed? You cannot seek forgiveness from him because he's not there anymore. Is that clear now? So see the wisdom of Allama Ibn Qayyim. He says 3 rights are being violated. 2 are likely. The right of Allah likely be made up by tawbah. The right of the affected can be made up by giving the blood money or if the qisas has been established. But the right of the one who has been killed, how you are going to make up with him or reconcile, because he's not there anymore. And what happened on the Day of Judgment?
That'll be one of the first things, like the innocent person was killed. He's going to bring the person.
He will bring his murderer, and he say, oh Allah, ask him why he taken my life, why he killed me.
What if the murderer, he made intention that I did something so bad, and for that person I'm going to try and do a lot of good deeds.
Okay, end of the day, Allah knows best what's going to happen. But on the Day of Judgment, no victim will be ready to let go. Everyone will want to get his hasanat of other people, or at least transfer your sins.
Yes.
Even a father and mother and children and siblings, no one will leave anyone. That's why Prophet ﷺ said, if there is anything wrong, try to reconcile here between the matter goes to hereafter. Because here is easy. You can give something, or you can seek forgiveness, or you can pay recompensation. Okay, let's move ahead. If it goes hereafter, what happens? You don't have money, dinar and dirham. You have sayyat and hasanat, and the reconciliation will be done through hasanat and sayyat. Okay, وَتَخْلِيلُهُ فِي النَّارِ مِنْ غَيْرِ مُخْرِجٍ وَقَالَ سِوَاهُ إِنْ يُجَازَ يُخْلَدِ. So Abdullah ibn Abbas is saying that there is no tawbah for this type of person, and he will stay in the hellfire for a longer time. Maybe he means min ghayri makhraj. He may stay there for good without return. وقال سوا, however, all the scholars other than Abdullah ibn Abbas, they said in yujaza, if he's been sent to punishment, in yujaza yukhladi, meaning if Allah wants, he can punish him for a longer time, but not for good. I think that is also saying of Abdullah ibn Abbas. But Abdullah ibn Abbas, the difference is Abdullah ibn Abbas says that he has to taste the punishment. There is no tawbah for him. He has to take the punishment, and he will stay there in hellfire for longer time. As for the Jamhur, they say any sin is taht al-mashiyah. Taht al-mashiyah means it is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either forgive him straight away or forgive him after the punishment. Any sin other than the kufr and shirk is the standard ruling. Okay, and then he's saying, فَأَفُوُ اللَّهِ أَنْ غَيْرِ مُشْرِكٍ فَسِيهٌ. Anyone who has died or hasn't committed shirk or committed other sins, then Allah's forgiveness is vast. كَمَا أَنْبَى بِآيِ مُعَدَّدِ, as it has been mentioned number of verses. The only sin that cannot be forgiven is the shirk. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَنْ يُشْرَكَ بِهِ. وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ. That is the only sin that cannot be forgiven. Okay, وَلَا تَقْنَطَنَّ مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ إِنَّمَا قُنُوتُ الْفَتَى خُسْرَانُهُ فَدْعَ وَاهْتَدِي. وَلَا تَقْنَطَنَّ مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. Don't be despair of Allah's mercy. Okay, don't be despair of Allah's mercy. That's also kufr. As it has been mentioned in the ayah, وَمَنْ يَقْنُطُ مِنْ رَحْمَةِ رَبِّ إِلَّا الظَّالِمُونَ إِلَّا الْكَافِرُونَ. Meaning it is the disbelieving people who lose hope in Allah's mercy. So qunut is kufr. So he's saying, لا تقنط من رحمة الله إنما قنوط الفتى خسرانه. If someone despairs of Allah's mercy, then he is lost. Fadu, make dua and stay guided and make repentance. Okay, as for the qunut, and there are many other verses as well. لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا. Or قل للذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم, those who have wronged themselves. This is rough translation of words. لا تقنطوا من, tell them not to lose hope in Allah's mercy. Allah is ready to forgive all the sins. All it is required is to turn to Him sincerely and make tawbah. And as I mentioned, the hadith of 99, قنوت الفتى خسران وحده. Okay, وتستغفر الله العظيم بتوبة وترفع كف المستغيث المجهدي. He's saying, seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make tawbah to Him. Okay, there's a little bit difference between istighfar and tawbah. Tawbah is a serious stuff. Istighfar is just saying, oh Allah forgive me, astaghfirullah, and so on and so forth. What are the conditions of tawbah? Yes? You give up the sin. First of all, you give up the sin. You're still involved in the transaction based upon riba. Are you still paying mortgage and this and that and making tawbah from riba? That's a joke. So give up the sin and show remorse and regret and make intention that you are not going to do it again. Yes, and do in appropriate time, not before when it is too late. And if the sin involves a violation of other human beings' right, return the right back to them. Okay, وَتَسْتَغْفِرِ اللَّهَ الْعَظِيمَ بِتَوْبَةٍ وَتَرْفَعَ كَفَّ الْمُسْتَغِيثِ. Meaning he's saying raise hands towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making dua. So now he's talking about tawbah and mentioning few etiquettes of the dua as well. So raising hands towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, another reason for dua to be accepted, because this hadith says Allah is too shy to return the raised hands empty. Okay, so pay attention, meaning it's not conditioned that you make dua only by raising hands. You are sitting, you can say astaghfirullah, rabbana atina, and so on and so forth. But raising hands, yes, one of the etiquettes which makes the dua more likely to be accepted.
But for the Friday Jummah, when the Imam sort of makes dua.
During the khutbah.
The dua is at the end of the khutbah.
Okay, end of the khutbah, Prophet ﷺ used to make dua, obviously. Okay, he would not raise, neither his companions, except for when he made dua for rain, asked for the rain. Okay, sometimes he made dua asking for the rain. Then he raised the hand and so the people. So let's follow the sunnah of Prophet ﷺ. He made dua on that particular occasion on regular basis and he would not raise.
Imam, what about in between the two khutbahs when Imam sits down?
Imam sits down. That is short one, isn't that? So are you asking about the people?
Yeah, some people they raise their hand when they make dua.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. What's coming to my mind is pay attention to the khutbah, and yes, if you are make dua quietly between you and Allah. Okay, let's complete this chapter. وتدعو دعاء المخبتين برغبة دعاء غريق في دجى الليل مفرد. He's saying when you are making dua, make dua al-mukhbitin, meaning show need. Okay, show that desperation, need. And subhanAllah, when the heart is broken on certain time and the heart is soft, at that particular time when duas are made, they are very likely to be accepted. Okay, you are extremely offended or so, or your heart broken, and you are making dua, and your heart is soft, and yes, you are shedding tears as well, and the focus is completely towards Allah. All these things when come together, then dua is very much likely to be accepted. So that's what he's saying, تَدْعُو دُعَاءَ الْمُخْبِتِينَ بِرَغْبَةٍ. Show raghbah as well. Raghbah means need, desperation. Don't say, Allah forgive me if you will. Okay, you are in need of Allah's forgiveness. You are in need of Allah's mercy. Don't say, Allah, show mercy if you want. Okay, this shows that you don't think the need of Allah's mercy. Don't do that. Okay, dua غريق في دجى الليل مفردي. And make dua during the darkness of the night, when you are alone. Meaning when you are alone on your own, no one knows that you have waken up, or no one knows that you are doing 2 rak'ah or 4 rak'ah tahajjud prayer, and you are making dua. That's also likely to be answered. فإن الذي تدعوه برزق يرزق من أسى وفاته باب للمطيع ومعتدي. He's saying, look, the one that you are calling, يرزق من أسى, he gives to the one, or he is providing provision to the one who disobeys him. Meaning the one you are calling, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is looking after the disbelieving people and those people who are disobeying him. So if that is the case, meaning he is that generous and merciful, so what about those who believe in him, who worship him, who recognize his right, and turning to him and calling? وَفَاتِحُ بَابٍ لِلْمُطِيعِ وَمُعْتَدِي. Meaning the one you are calling, he is the opener of the door. Fatihu Babin. He opens the door for the muti wa mu'tadi, the one who is obedient to Allah, wa mu'tadi, as well as who is disobedient. I mean, he's giving both, especially in this dunya. And sometimes you find those who are disobeying or not believing, they get more of the dunya. So if that is the case, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showering his his mercy upon those people, then what about who believe in him and worship him? I mean, there's more hope and genuine hope. So he's saying, وَلَكِنَّمَا صَدِّقِ الرَّجَاءِ مَفَاتِحُ الْخَزَائِنِ. Meaning صِدْقُ الرَّجَاء, صِدْقُ الرَّجَاء مَفَاتِحُ الْخَزَائِنِ. What صِدْقُ الرَّجَاء means? صِدْقُ hope. Okay, صِدْقُ الرَّجَاء means true hope. True hope is the mafatihul khazain, is the keys for Allah's treasure. Meaning, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you are certain that He is going to listen to you and answer your calls. As it been said in the hadith, call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wanta muqinun lil ijaba, meaning you are certain that He is going to answer. So that is the key for Allah's treasure. Fad'u, so make dua, wabtaghi, and desire Allah's fadl, wajhadi, and make serious effort. Make serious effort. It's not like, for example, you're raising hands and making dua and you're looking left and right and nothing is there in your heart. So how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to accept the dua that is coming from a heart that is not attentive? It's only in the tongue. Like you see many people moving and the finger moves, the tasbih bears, goes up and down, and nothing there. They are talking to each other, sometimes doing business. So it is the finger that is making tasbih, not the tongue, neither the heart. Okay, وَقُلْ بِإِنْكِسَارٍ, and ask showing need and humiliation from yourself. Qari and Baba Rahimin, and be the one who is knocking the door continuously. Okay, so yes, if someone is knocking the door and again continuously, obviously the person will say, okay, let's see who is there, and it is likely that he will come and open the door. But you knock once or twice and then leave, it may not be open. So he's saying, kun qari and baba rahimin, meaning continuously or persist in knocking the door of the merciful, who is near, mujibun, and who is there to answer the calls, bil fawadili yabtadi, and he showers his fadl upon the people. Ilahi atal asuna babaka malja'an, and he's saying, and say that, oh my Lord, Atal Asuna. Atal Asuna means the disobedient slaves have come to your door and they're looking, Yarjuna, and they're hoping for your forgiveness. Yarjuna afwan minka Rabbi wa Sayyidi. So when you are going to Makkah or even to masjid of any masjid and raising hands, say this, that look, Atal Asuna Babaka, meaning the disobedient slaves are at your door. Okay, so don't check them out or yes, chase them away empty-handed. إليك فررنا من عذابك رهبة, meaning we are running from your punishment towards you. Running from you towards you. Running from your punishment towards you. فلا تطردنا عن جنابك واسعدي. So don't تطردنا. Yes, don't chase us out or chase us away. عن جنابك, from your door. واسعدي, rather shower your mercy upon us. دعوناك للأمر الذي أنت ضامن إجابته يا غير مخلف موعدي. دعوناك للأمر, meaning you have commanded us to make dua and we did. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Udu'uni astajib lakum, meaning call me and I will answer your call. So we have acted upon your command and now you promise to answer the du'as. So now fulfill your promise. We did what you asked and now you do what you have promised. إليك مددنا بالرجاء أكفنا. Towards you we have stretched our hands with hope. Akufna is the plural of kaf. Kaf means palms and hands. So let's say إليك مددنا. Towards you we have stretched our hands with raja, with hope. فحاشاك من رد الفتى سافر اليد. So you are far above from returning someone's hands empty. And this is a hadith in which Prophet ﷺ said, Allah is Hayyun Kareem. Allah is high and generous. He feels shy to return the hands of a person who has stretched towards him asking. Okay, I think only 2 lines left. Let's complete this chapter. وَمَنْ يَنْتَهِبْ مِنْ خَشْيَةِ اللَّهِ, and the one who shed tears out of the fear of Allah. The one who cries out of the fear of Allah, قُلْ لَوْ tell him تَفَعَتْ لَذَا, meaning the fire of Jahannam has been tafat, extinguished for you. Meaning, yes, there's 1 or 2 tears or few tears that you shed, subhanAllah, they are so powerful that they have got the ability to extinguish the fire for you. What it means? It means you won't be taken. There is an authentic hadith in which Prophet ﷺ said 2 eyes won't be punished. Aynun bakat min khashyatillah, the eyes which have shed tears out of fear of Allah, and which is the other eye? وَعَيْنٌ بَاتَتْ تَحْرِسُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ, and the other eye which was, what we say, safeguarding the boundaries or borders. Okay, what it means that if eye cannot be punished, it means the whole person. Yes. وَرَجُلٌ ذَكَرَ اللَّهَ خَالِيًا فَفَاضَتْ عَيْنَاهُ, among the 7 people who will be shaded under the shade of Allah on the day of judgment is a person who was on his own and he remembered Allah and he moved to the tears. Yes, not the fake tear, not the fake cry. Yes, sometimes you see people faking, so it should not be fake one, it should be sincere one, and it's better to be between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, there was a scholar asked, he said, look, some people when they listening Quran or reciting Quran, they show extreme khushu, as if they are crying and okay. Then he said, okay, take them to the edge of the well or so and let them recite there and show the khushu. Let's see if they are showing the same level of khushu there. Because if you are sitting at the edge of the well, if the khushu is there, you won't mind whether you are falling in the well or not. If the khushu is not there, yes, you won't be able to show khushu while you are sitting on the well. Okay, any questions? Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.